Kranti Gada, Chief Operating Officer of Shemaroo Entertainment Limited, who's played a pivotal role in the transformation of Shemaroo, which is now a significant player in the digital ecosystem across the globe, spoke to me in a face-to-face interview. The whole interview will soon be available on YouTube. For now, enjoy the excerpts.
So I would say embracing change, leading change and innovation. Many a times the change actually is not being led by Bollywood or the films. It's being led by individual creators or new disruptive technology players. And many of them want to do things with Bollywood and films because that gives them scale and instant recognition, and we're always open to such partnerships, and we experiment a lot on these platforms. In fact, I would say even back in 2009, the willingness to experiment and put out stuff on a YouTube was something which helped us. So one is always staying in touch with newer, younger, talent, content creators, giving them a platform, working with them, as well as with newer, younger platforms, and trying to always experiment. In fact, I would say the ability to reinvent ourselves is a very, very core focus or a core trait of ours, which has kept the company going. So media as a space has always been disrupted by technology, right? I would say even in probably the whole cinematography technology from that time to television, home video, VHS, these were all technological disruptions that were there 30-40 years back.
True.
So okay, the pace of technology and disruption has increased a lot, but media players always have to be willing to experiment. So
That's true. So
this up into YouTube as well as Shemaroo Me as two digital platforms. I would say for Shemaroo, it's digital network on YouTube, and Shemaroo Me are two separate TGs that we're dealing with. On the Shemaroo network on YouTube, it's an absolute mass Indian audience that we're dealing with. So this is the person who loves the dances and the singing and the fights and the comedy and the hamming. And as again India Khush Hua, it's a very mass brand, broad-based. So for example, Filmi Gaane, as I said, with 60 million subscribers, it gets close to 100 million unique users on a monthly basis, which it is not just the metro or even tier 1. We have tier 2 towns, we have very diverse audiences. So the content is catering to that TG. The content, many a times is very, very populistic kind of content. On Shemaroo Me, I would say, of course, the primary TG is Bollywood. We have put out our entire Bollywood catalog over there. But I would say a lot of the premium SWOD movies are behind the paywall on Shemaroo Me.
what does that mean?
So a film, probably a premium catalog film like a Jab We Met.
Okay.
Okay, that would sit behind a paywall on Shemaroo Me and would not be available for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
But on Shemaroo Me, what we have done is that we've decided to actually focus on certain cohorts, audience cohorts. So the first cohort that we're focusing on is the Gujarati diaspora, both in India, the Gujarati, and Indians outside of, Gujaratis outside of India. And we've worked very hard for the last 1.5 years to put out a meaningful offering to the Gujaratis. We offer one new original, content piece or digital premiere every week for them.
Wow.
Whether it's a movie or a play or a web series that we have specifically gotten produced for the audience. And I'm happy to say that nobody is focusing on this audience and this content in the same way. If you know, Shemaroo has been in the Gujarati content space for more than 15 years. We've been, televising plays, but we said this is a time to now move it a few notches higher and take the plunge and provide really premium content for the audiences. and I would really like to say that our aim is to make Gujaratis fall in love with Gujarati content, because as you would know, Gujaratis also love consuming Hindi. So we're trying to get them to actually spend more time on their native language Gujarati content. Currently I would say we focus a lot more at the script level than at the pilot level, because the way the economics work out, we need to get it right at the pre-production stage in a lot better, more robust way, rather than actually shooting a pilot. And we, I would say, have a lot of audience, first of all, at the concept level, run it through various TGs within the Gujarati audiences. Again, I would say Gujarati the audience is, you have a family audience and then you have the youth. And Gujaratis are very, very unique in terms of that they love family content. Like, if just at the base level, a script like Yamraj Calling would have found it much more difficult to get made in Hindi, because family content is what is working on the digital for Hindi. What is probably working for Hindi is maybe crime or thrillers and that kind of content. But for Gujaratis, family content works a lot more. So again, that was a hypothesis that we wanted to see whether it works or not. We looked at both, I would say, secondary evidence as well as primary evidence in terms of running the concept and script by people. And then we took the plunge and, got it made. And, I think this itself, I would say the idea of putting out a series like Yamraj Calling was a pilot in itself for us to see if it works or not. And we were all in a dilemma whether, while we loved the content ourselves, we didn't know whether the digital audiences would, lap it up or not. But it was really great.